Good afternoon, everybody. This is Eric here, and we are looking at today's NBA slate of games. And specifically, we're going to be looking at the matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks at the Brooklyn Nets. Still sounds weird to say. And the reason why we chose that game is because of the 6 games on tonight's slate, it is the highest total game. And this video basically is going to go through if I were to stack this game up with players from both of these teams to try and maximize on the fact that it is the highest total point game on the slate, then which players would I use? So we're going to go through and select a player from each of the 5 starting positions to put onto your lineup. So first, we're going to start with point guard, and it looks like there are 2 options that are good options for the point guard position tonight in this game. The first one being D'Angelo Russell from the Brooklyn Nets. He is $7,900 on DraftKings, and he has an average fantasy points of 33, or for the season 36.9, and in the last 10, 38.6. He is one of the better options for the entire Brooklyn team tonight. So if you were stacking up this game, then it would make sense to try and use him. The other option, if you wanted to save a little bit of money, would be to go with Malcolm Brogdon from the Milwaukee Bucks. He's much cheaper for the salary bill, and he averages about 28.4 fantasy points per game. Now, we always want to maximize the value so you get the most bang for our buck. So in this situation, I could definitely see you going with Malcolm Brogdon. Now, let's move on to the shooting guard position. Also at this position, I feel like there are 2 good options that you could potentially use from this game in the shooting guard spot. The first one being Chris Middleton from the Milwaukee Bucks. $6,400 cost, and for the season, an average 33.4 fantasy points per game. In the last 10, 34. He is an all-star, second best player on Milwaukee, arguably. And so at the shooting guard position, of course, he is the top option of the 2 teams in this game. Of course, you could also use D'Angelo Russell. Another option is to go with Shabazz Napier from the Brooklyn Nets at only $5,400. Average fantasy points for the season is only 18.4, while in the last 10 days, he's averaged 30.8. We're going to go ahead and then plug him in. Moving on to the small forward position, 2 good options at small forward. The first one being Giannis Antetokounmpo, Greek Freak. At $10,900 for the season, he is averaging 56.4 fantasy points, and in the last 10, 57.9. And if you're a Bucks fan, or if you watch much NBA and you've seen him play, he is the majority in usage. He has the ball in his hand a lot, and despite him not being the best shooter, this is what critics say, he can get to the rim almost better than anybody in the entire NBA. So I'm going to go ahead and then go with him, because at the power forward position is the second option that you can also use at small forward that I will be go ahead and using here, and that is DeMarre Carroll from the Brooklyn Nets at a salary of $4,500. He has an average fantasy points for the season of 20.4, but in the last 10 days, 22.1. And lastly, at the center position in this game, only one good option, and that is Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks. At only $5,400 for the season, he has an average fantasy points of 25, but in the last 10 days, 29.3. We'll just go ahead and then add him into our lineup. And now you have 5, in my opinion, of the best options for the game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets, which is the highest total game on the slate for tonight. And then now you still have a good amount of salary to then spend on your last 3 positions. Thanks so much, and please, if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for future videos, and we'll see you in the next one.